Sharia committee. Why? Because we want to avoid the contradiction and inconsistency between the rulings and also the application. The ruling is like this, but when you apply that, it's deviate from the Sharia principle. Second is helping sharing the development of Sharia-approved product and enabling Islamic financial institutions to cope with the development taking place in product and formulas in field of finance investment and also other banking system. So this is the parameter is help, but they have to make sure that the sharing of the development of Sharia-approved product. So we have to share. The Sharia committee of one institution have to share with other Sharia committee of other institution. Because my product, you want to be accepted, to be approved by the Sharia committee of the institution. Okay? Legal maxim and legal document. Legal maxim, let's say for example, this is why in Malaysia now we are trying to develop the standard program for our educational contents. So we say that to the university, they must have these 4 elements when introducing the Islamic finance program. One is usul fiqh, muamalah, qawaid fiqhiyah, and the theology. So 4 become the pillars. So the qawaid fiqhiyah, legal maxim, where harm shall be removed, al-darar yuzalu. Okay? Example, let's say when A buy a car, then discover that it is not substantially defective, he has the option to revoke the contract, and this option only appear in the legal document. It's not appear in the parameters, it appear in the legal document. So again, when you study, when you do the audit, so we do the audit on the legal document plus the Sharia parameter, so we combine those whether that comply or not. Okay. So therefore, in this case, the parameter could not tell us on the detailing item that could be translated into the legal document. Again, what is the purpose? Australia want to be the Islamic financial hub. Hong Kong want to be Islamic financial hub. Okay? Singapore also want to be. This is like, I want to perform, I want to do my salat. I want to do my sawm. Okay? But what is the purpose of my salat? What is the purpose of my sawm? Okay? So this is a challenge. If let's say you are perform your salah, yes, this is the rukun, you fulfill all the rukun, you comply the Sharia. But what is the objective of your salah? The objective of your salah is to avoid the fasha and munkar. So what is the purpose of having financial institution? So this is again the challenge for us. So this is the view given by Jasir Auda, the International Center for Maqasid Sharia in London. He mentioned that Sharia, Maqasid Sharia could be discussed based on a system approach or institutional approach. We at the institutional level, and then we create a system. Okay? So, we treat financial institution as an institution to perform certain function or as a system which comprise several agents that behave accordingly. So, thus the Maqasid al-Sharia will converge in both approach. So, we leave that question to you. Wallahu alam. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
So, before the concluding remarks from Mr. Sajid Budi, I will now, if you have some questions, some clarification regarding the 2 speeches of Mr. Muniruddin and Mr. Abdul Ghaffar.
Mr. Abdel Boulaki, I'm not here as a journalist. I'm a senior investment advisor at the Board of Investment now. My question may be to Mr. Ismail or Mr. Munir. This morning, Minister Mohammed raised a very important point about the involvement of non-Muslims in Islamic banking and finance. I think non-Muslims don't have any problem in terms of investment vehicle because they will be more motivated by profit, return on investment. But my point about the sources of funds for the Islamic banks. Are there any criteria for the sources of funds? Say, for example, in an Islamic bank, if an insurance company, a conventional insurance company, wanted to open an investment account, does the Islamic bank has specific criteria with respect to the sources of funds? Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now, I'm going to answer your questions, but first I would like to make a comment. Now, Brother Abdel, I do agree with you. When you look at Islamic finance today, you have more responses from the non-Muslim. I mean, it could be because the reason you have mentioned earlier. I mean, this is true. At the same time, it could be our lack of understanding of the product itself as a Muslim, or lack of confidence. All right. Okay. Now, this is a different topic that we can discuss further, because it's going to be one of the main obstacles in Mauritius to introduce a product. And I believe that the main obstacle will come from the Muslim, not from the non-Muslim. All right. Now, your answer to your questions, if you look at the IOFI standard, all right, if you are allowed, although there is no specific standard on Islamic window, now you have standards on Islamic windows from the IFSB, which is the Islamic Financial Services Board. They do have, if I'm not mistaken, guideline number 8. They have elaborated on window. All right. Now I'm going to give you the window. Talk to you on the funding in a window first. Then we look at your questions. Now, if you are a conventional bank, you're setting up an Islamic window, there are a number of requirements that you have to meet first. Now, the very first requirement is you must have a full segregation of account. In fact, there are 4 requirements. The first requirement is you must have a full segregation of accounts. Now, among the jurists, I'm reference among all the jurists. Now, in Islamic finance, let me highlight something. There are no differences as far as the school of thoughts are concerned. All right, because most of the fatwa, most of the edicts, all right, are from either from the Fiqh Academy, all right, or from the institution itself, from the board, all right, which look at all the relevant school of thought. Now, there is no issue once the fund has moved from the conventional bank to this account, which we call the fully segregated account. Now, from this moment, you have to draw the line. You draw the line, which means all investment from now will be based on Sharia compliance. Now, this is on a window. Now, there are several conditions in the window. You must have a Sharia board. The directors must be committed. All right. Now, the question that you ask, question that you ask, obviously, when somebody deposits money inside a bank today in Mauritius, for example, you need to look at the KYC. Know your clients, the sources of fund. All right. Secondly, the sources of fund. If in the case where I have asked this question last time, in the case where somebody walk into the bank and say, let's say for example, you know, he is a drug dealer. All right, said, I want to deposit X amount of money. All right, I want to deposit X amount of money. Now, there are a lot of arguments, all right, and I personally subscribe the view that this amount should not be deposited inside an Islamic bank. All right, should not be deposited in an Islamic bank. All right, now you may tell me that what would be the difference between an Islamic window and somebody, a drug dealer who is outside. All right, who is outside. Now, my